guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lissy, and today guys, we're gonna be talking about something kind of sad. So as you guys know, on this channel I have covered Chuck E. Cheese content for quite a while. Basically, Chuck E. Cheese is the reason I feel like a lot of my subscribers and a lot of my fans and a lot of my fandom have come to my channel. I have to give a lot of credit to Chuck E. Cheese for not only just creating a lot of series on my channel over time, but also just some of the funniest skits, videos, 3 AM videos, and just funnest times I've had on my channel have been at a Chuck E. Cheese. And not only that, but when I was little, I also loved Chuck E. Cheese. If you guys did not know, I'm sure I've told you guys 100 times. I had birthdays there when I was a kid. I was invited to birthdays there as a kid. I used to go there just to play arcade games. It was such a nostalgic memory just walking up to the stage and looking at the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. But sadly, as you guys know, there has been a remodel going on with Chuck E. Cheese, and it's currently going on right now, and they are taking the animatronics out. They're ripping them off their stage. They're destroying them, and pretty soon almost every single Chuck E. Cheese is going to take their animatronics out and replace it with a dance floor. Now this has been a change that has been in the talks for a very long time, and it's so sad to me that it's finally taking place. It actually just happened at a Garden Grove location. This is a video from Michael Armenta. Go check him out and subscribe. I'll have his video linked down below. But this was one of the locations that me and my friends used to film videos at. This was one of those ones that we would go and film 3 AM videos at, or just talk about the animatronics at. I filmed a few videos here alone before talking about the animatronics, and they were so freaking cool at this location. They used to have the coolest look to them. They were very old and nostalgic. To see them just ripped up like this and the walls just be painted a plain white color kind of makes me so sad. And today we're just going to be talking about a lot of Chuck E. Cheese stuff. We're going to be talking about the disturbing lore of Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm sure you're a Chuck E. Cheese enjoyer. If you are, smash a like into this video and comment down below, what do you guys think about them removing the animatronic? We're going to be watching a video today called The Disturbing Lore of Chuck E. Cheese. This one is by the Food Theorist. I'm going to have this link down below. Go check it out and subscribe to the original, but we're going to check it out because I want to hear more about the lore of Chuck E. Cheese.
For years, we've been terrified of animatronics.
This is why they're ripping them out.
Have you ever once considered that maybe, just maybe, the animatronics are the ones who should be afraid of us?
Maybe they're right.
Food Theory, the show that knows that you can't spell animatronic without P-I-Z-Z-A.
Pizza!
In case you're new
Pizza
here,
pie.
let me catch you up. I like pizza. I like animatronics.
That's literally me. That should be like my opening bio. I like pizza. I like animatronics. Same. Let's be friends.
And I like murder. All right,
wait, what?
Should have phrased that last one better, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Anyway, there's a natural order to the universe that says whenever robotic animals are inside a dining establishment, horrible tragedy shall follow. Enter.
Is this why Chuck E. Cheese is deciding to take away the animatronics? Were they that scary? Obviously, we all know there's a lot of conspiracies, FNAF, you know, correlations to all that stuff, but I think there shouldn't be the reason that they take away these precious gems, okay?
Chuck E. Cheese. Since opening back in 1977, Chuck E. Cheese has been the fever dream of kids everywhere.
Literally, it has been.
A 6-year-old's equivalent of having a birthday in Vegas. Another round of soda.
That literally is so true, though. Like, honestly, I feel for any kids who haven't had a Chuck E. Cheese birthday, that that's something that you need to experience at least once.
It's over here because somebody just set a new high score in Whack-a-Frog, and I am rolling in those tickets, baby.
So
Here's a
relatable.
token for your trouble, sweetums. Also, while you're at it, hit me up with some of those balls. I got a date with Big Bertha.
Big Bertha! I forgot about that arcade game.
A woman's mouth.
It's so creepy.
Point of obesity. Candy, games, pizza. I mean, what's not to love?
For real, what
Yeah,
isn't to
them.
love?
You see, Chuck E. Cheese was the creation of Nolan Bushnell, co-founder of the video game company Atari. The idea was to create a restaurant that doubled as a carnival, a place where families could play together while also experiencing the newfangled
Which is the best idea,
medium
of course.
video games for the first time. The reason for it being a pizza place was threefold. Pizza was easy to make and required few ingredients. It took a while to cook, which allowed families to spend time playing games. And 3, you can't really screw up pizza. But
Like, I have not met anybody in my entire life to this day that has not liked pizza. Like, you cannot go wrong with pizza, but yet people are always like, Chuck E. Cheese pizza isn't good. You know what? I actually love Chuck E. Cheese pizza, okay? Genuinely, I stand by that. It is some of the best pizza I've had, and I don't care what nobody says. Chuck E. Cheese sponsor me. Anyways, moving along.
Well, until of course your restaurant produces some misshapen pies and is suddenly
I don't even care, I'm eating it.
Slices from other tables.
It's not recycled, it's actually so fire.
Wait, the animatronic performers that became synonymous with Chuck E. Cheese were more of a byproduct of Nolan's fascination with Disney, specifically the Country Bear Jamboree show.
That was the
Clearly,
tiki room,
strategy was working for Walt over at his Disneyland park, so why not bring those same robots to
But those ones are really
families
creepy
that
too.
wanted entertainment but couldn't make it all the way out to Southern California? And the rest, as they say, is history, living on in the collective nightmares of 80s era children and Gen Z indie horror game. Bankrupt in 2020, nearly $1 billion in debt.
That is so
I think
sad.
most of us are aware of at least some part of that story, right? But what I think you may not know is the lore of these characters.
I want to hear the lore.
There is lore.
I want to
Let me
hear
tell
more
you,
about
it
the
is
lore.
Dark. For years, we've been talking about how scary Chuck E. Cheese is, but in reality, Chucky isn't the one on stage that you should be most afraid of.
I am honestly most afraid of the purple one, Mr. Munch. I don't know what it is about him. He just feels like he would have the most lore about him, okay? I just don't know. Something about him ain't right.
Know the real story, it's clear that Chucky is the actual victim here. A literal hostage that's being forced to stand up on stage and perform. And when
What?
he stops, he dies. So
What?
grab a napkin and start dabbing up the excess grease off your misshapen pizza as I tell you the tragic tale of Chucky and the
I wanna
man
hear
who's
this tea.
murdering
The tea
his
is hot.
co-stars. Our story begins with a coyote. You see, Nolan Bushnell's Family Carnival restaurant wasn't always
Oh, that's right. They originally wanted to make Chuck E. Cheese a coyote. I remember I've talked about this before.
meant to have a rodent as their mascot. As the story goes, the main mascot was originally meant to be a coyote. But when Bushnell learned that the costume that he had bought for his main character was
so
actually
scary.
that of a rat, well, he had to do some quick thinking. He decided to rebrand the entire thing from Coyote Pizza to Rick Rat's Pizza.
Rick
Now,
Rat's
obviously, that's gonna
Pizza.
cause you a couple of problems since, I don't know
Rats.
about you, but most restaurants don't really want to associate with rats. So the marketing team suggested doing something that they thought might be a bit more appealing to hungry customers. Chuck E. Cheese. Sure, he's still a rat, but now at least they're not throwing the fact that he's a disease-ridden rodent in your face. Apparently they went with Chuck E.
Never
Cheese
thought about
as the name
that.
because it forced people to smile when they said it. And let's
Chuck
be honest,
E.
forcing a smile
Oh
is
my god,
about
it
as much
does!
happiness
Wait,
as
wait,
you're
wait, wait. If you say Chuck E. Cheese, okay, say it out loud with me, okay? We can look stupid together. Chuck E. Literally, I am smiling! Chuck E. Cheese. I can't unsee this now. That was clever of them. That's creepy.
find in this place anyway, so good call! It's also worth noting that Chucky didn't start off as the hip skateboarding mouse that he is today. Instead, he was a rat from New Jersey, smoking a
remember
cigar
that.
and roasting the other members of the animatronic cast. A collection
He's
of
had an upgrade
characters that
since
feels
then.
so random it was like they were playing a drunken game of Mad Libs. You have
There was a
yourself
lot
a
of
chef,
them.
a dog, a pig. All right, all
The
that
pig
makes
is so
sense. But
scary,
also
oh my
a purple
gosh.
alien, the moon, a
The
lineup of
moon?
singing mops, a literal building, a hippo with jiggle physics, and an old man known simply as Mr.
I remember
Cooch.
some of
The
these.
reason so many feel out of place here is that they were obtained from a rival animatronic pizza place and then retrofitted into the style of Chuck E. Cheese.
That is
and let
so
me tell you,
crazy.
the videos online of how to restyle these characters is scarier than anything FNAF has produced in the last 7 years.
Welcome to the Concept Unification Installation Tape. This tape is meant to supplement the installation manual, not replace it. Now
What?
Mitzi, starting with her sweater, wig, Dickie,
Oh,
mask, ears,
she's stripping it
camera,
down. Does she have
hands,
boobs?
Skirt, shoes, and leg fur.
Oh
So
my
that's
gosh.
the origins of Charles Entertainment Cheese and
Yo.
his gang of mascots, but what
Yo.
about the actual lore here?
I wanna know
back
the
in June
lore.
of 2017, the news blog Insider reached out to CEC Entertainment, Chuck E. Cheese's parent company, to see if Charles Entertainment Cheese was
CEC.
indeed the character's official name. Christelle DuPont, public relations manager for CEC Entertainment, informed them that since there was never a birth certificate, the company couldn't actually be sure. Which, I mean,
Really?
I guess, but also, I don't think that's the way it works here. Show me Ronald McDonald's birth certificate. Is the Burger King truly royalty, or is
It
he
is
merely
royal.
a usurper to the throne? Anyway, while she couldn't officially answer the name question, she did point everyone to an online book detailing Chuck E. Cheese's backstory. And this is a treasure trove
I remember
of
seeing
information that
those.
will blow
I have
your
read some of Chuck E. Cheese's backstory, and it's actually pretty deep, to be honest. Like, it goes pretty in depth.
or mine. As the story goes, Chucky was an orphan
Yep.
mouse at the St. Marinera
But it's so
orphanage. He
sad.
loved to sing happy birthday to all the other orphans. In a cruel twist, because he was an orphan, no one actually knew his birthday, so they
That is
just
so
gave up. No one even
sad.
bothered to try and find it or give him an
Poor
honorary
Chucky.
birthday or anything. Because that's what
Relatable,
happens when
though.
you're an orphan. Hard
Oh.
knock life and all that.
Oh my
TLDR,
gosh.
no one ever sang or celebrated for the mouse.
Well,
Poor
this is
mouse.
going to be my personality for the rest of my life.
Outside of singing and orphan, Chuck had two other defining character traits. He loved pizza and playing Pong. Thank you, Daddy
Pong?
Atari. That skill set is totally gonna age well. But of course,
editing on
because he
this
was an
video is
orphan,
just so
he was constantly
good.
struck by the feeling that something in his life was missing, like parents. So one
Oh,
day after
same.
winning $50 from a Pong tournament, I kid you, I am not making this stuff up, Chuck bought himself a bus ticket to New York and ran away.
He had a
Having
ticket and a
place to stay,
dream.
He found shelter
Suitcase and a
above a
dream?
pizza
I don't
restaurant owned by Chef Pasquale
Pasquale.
Pie Plates. One night, when Chucky thought that Pasquale had already left, he went down to explore the restaurant, only to be immediately discovered by the chef. Pasquale flies into a rage, chases Chuck around the kitchen, and then corners him and raises a rolling pin, ready to
What?
strike down the death blow. Finish him! Chucky,
ready to
cowering in
end
fear, knees
Chucky?
shaking, facing his final seconds of life, does the
No.
one and only thing that has ever brought him joy over the years.
What does he do?
Sings. Upon hearing that the mouse could sing, Pasquale lowers his
Oh,
rolling pin.
that's
and then
how he
decides
saved
to pull
himself?
capitalism and exploit the mouse's talent for his own
No,
personal
he did
gain. As the story
not!
goes, quote, Pasquale was so shocked he dropped the rolling pin.
What?
The mouse that can sing. My
Is this
restaurant
really how
is
the lore
saved.
goes?
I'm gonna make you a star. He
No
renames
way.
his restaurant Chuck E.Cheese's, home of the world famous singing mouse, and literally
What?
forces Chucky to perform there. The story
No
then
freaking
ends with
way.
this line, and Chucky hasn't stopped singing or smiling since. Well, yeah,
That's
because his name forces you to
wild.
smile. We've already covered that. But in all seriousness, the parenthesis around the word smiling here is giving me a real serious cry for
They
help.
really like to make
So
people
that's the story of
smile.
Chuck E. Cheese, an orphan rat rebranded into a mouse who's basically being held hostage and forced to sing to
He's being held hostage all this time. Charles Entertainment Jesus has brought us smiles, good pizza, good sticky hands at the prize booth, and he's been held hostage by Pasquale because he's a singing magical mouse rat. I'm just mind blown right now. This is a lot to take in.
stay alive. Notice that Pasquale specifically calls out that his restaurant is saved after hearing Chuck E. Cheese sing, meaning that it was already on its way out.
Why have I
Chuck
never
E. was
realized
Pasquale's
this?
meal ticket. After all, notice how he didn't take any appropriate measures when he found Chucky was a runaway orphan? He didn't do anything like, you know, alert officials that he'd found a
Oh my
runaway
gosh.
kid or make any attempt at contacting the original orphanage. In Pasquale's eyes, Chucky
It was just like,
a means to an
money,
end, a way
Mr.
of being
Krabs
famous.
moments.
He's never stops attracting customers. Would it really be that hard to believe that Pasquale might just decide to finish the job? It's also made clear that Pasquale isn't paying the members of his band anything
Wait,
beyond
what?
keeping your own life. In the direct-to-video movie Chuck E. Cheese and the Galaxy 5000, we see a kid who needs some serious cash for his family's tractor.
What's the problem?
He needed some dough. He needed cash. Charlie, he needed $50,000.
Notice how little the performers are able to cough up to help him.
Come on, gang, cough it up. No holding back.
I've got $2.
I've got a
What?
Also notice who doesn't lay any money on the table, Pasquale.
Why is he not helping them?
You've got more dough than anyone in town.
They even make mention that the performers
Yeah, they
could
literally
get jobs to
mentioned.
help them earn money, meaning that standing up on stage performing
What
under
the
Pasquale's
heck?
rule doesn't pay.
This is going
Where do you
deep.
get that kind of money?
We could all get jobs. I saw a help wanted sign down at the Chicken Palace.
It's here that we get this gem of information.
No way.
Wally, do you have any ideas on how we can come up with $50,000 for Charlie's aunt and uncle?
You could pay him a fair wage. That's an idea.
Glad you asked that question, Chucky. In a few days, a big races are gonna take a place.
It's gonna take a place.
5000 is an interplanetary race on the planet Orion.
What?
They can participate in a dangerous intergalactic space race. Didn't see that one coming, did ya?
What the
And despite
heck?
it being dangerous, Pasquale is more than eager to sign him up for it. Now,
No
talking
way.
about just this movie alone would merit its own video. Let's just say that everyone is very excited to be hanging out with each other. Chickens
Oh.
with mice, mice with humans, humans
What?
with multiple humans, chickens with multiple
This
humans.
is such
The
a
adult
strange
time
video.
relations
Oh my
between characters
gosh.
is a bigger plot point than you'd
What
expect
the-
for a badly CGI'd film extension to a children's restaurant
No, they
mascot.
did not.
Chucky!
Race car drivers are so cool.
What is this?
Get it, fair and square.
No!
Ooh,
I
Chucky.
I'd appreciate it if you kept this to yourself.
I didn't know that you were taken.
We're
What?
the guys, right, Helen?
Did she really just say
You
that?
could say that today's race separated the mice from the men.
Sorry about your little mousy friend.
We like stealing his girlfriends and beating him in the races.
Side
What
note,
is
just wanted to take a minute to
happening?
point out that Jasper the dog here is reading Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. What even is this movie? Anyway, back to the point. Pasquale is holding these innocent animals hostage and is more than willing to sacrifice their safety if it means money for him. And that's
That's
not all.
crazy.
He's always taking away any evidence of his misdeeds. Remember, he's
crazy.
in control of the company. This is his restaurant and his business. So is it weird that 2 months after Chuck E. Cheese's orphan story came out, one that was written by Chuck E. himself, the restaurant's official YouTube channel releases a video showcasing the exact same story.
What? No, they did not.
Huge difference. This one paints Pasquale in a positive light.
Wait, really?
Place that served great pizza made by a funny chef with a mustache. His name was Pasquale.
My restaurant was losing money.
What?
Close my doors.
Are they really trying to
help me
what?
out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they're switching the story now.
Is that before or after you threatened to bludgeon it with a rolling pin? And don't you for a minute think that this is some sort of corporate rebrand or anything. This is Pasquale actively gaslighting us and Chucky.
This is so funny. I never thought about this.
Looking at a photo album of past memories. In it, we get this.
Remember that time we went to
the moon
eating moon cheese.
What is this?
That was a really good
These songs.
Wait, we never.
Here we are helping a Benjamin Franklin discover electricity.
We never.
It's all lies. The photo album is filled with lies. Pasquale is feeding them false memories. For now, at least.
Tricking them?
I think Chucky's days are numbered. Pasquale now knows that his star mouse is becoming a liability. Not
No
only
way.
telling the dirty secrets of his backstory, but
Pasquale
also
is
drawing
up
in
to a
more
secret.
customers by the year with his singing.
I'm
That's why
on to
in
him.
2020, Pasquale decided to relaunch his own self-named brand, Pasquale's Pizza and Wings.
I made a video about that. Literally, there is his own brand, Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, and it's actually real. And they tried to do that because people were scared to buy Chuck E. Cheese food, but it's literally the same thing. Like, what? Okay, moving along.
Same food as Chuck E. Cheese, but delivered. A ghost kitchen that is owned and operated and starring him.
So
Pasquale saw that Chuck E.'s side of the story had the potential
This is
of
getting
bringing
so
bad
deep.
press. He knew that having his name linked to the attempted murder of everyone's favorite house wouldn't be so good. So
No, I guess that's why he opened his own pizza brand. I never thought about that.
Platforms to release a version of the story
Oh my
which painted him in
gosh.
better light, all while building his own personal brand.
This is
on
so
the side.
crazy. I'm
And the
mind
true
blown.
motive for all of it? Well, as we see on the website for Chuck E. Cheese in Jordan, the country of Jordan, Pasquale's a man who dreams of being the best pizza maker and entertainer
the world had
has
ever
seen. But for years, he's played second fiddle to the rats.
That's
No
crazy.
more.
He's
Chucky
probably
served his
jealous.
purpose in the beginning. He was
He's
away from
jealous of
Pasquale to get
Chucky.
famous, but now that Chuck E. Cheese's brand is known the world over, it's time for Pasquale to make his move.
He's never gonna make his move. I mean, look at him. He's a Pasquale, but nobody can beat Chuck E. Cheese himself, okay? Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, smash a like and subscribe to join the family, and I'll see all of you lovely people in the next video. Bye, guys!